How do you feel about Connor's situation?
I obviously hope that it gets done. If it doesn't, then that's his right and his decision as well.
So Leon, you've captured the Art Ross, you have a Hart Trophy to your name, you have a Rocket Richard Trophy to your name, you've got long-term financial security, but I wonder, is the true hallmark feeling of I made it coming in the form of being featured in a clue on Jeopardy?
Yeah, I've been sent that one quite a lot the last couple of weeks. It was pretty funny. Yeah, it was. I would say I've officially made it. Yeah.
Were you upset that they didn't know the answer?
I was a little disappointed. Yeah, especially Winnipeg. Like, come on. But no, it was good. I'm happy to be a part of that one.
Yes, right. And now the category should have been Canadian wives instead of girlfriends. So
Yeah.
congratulations
Right. Yeah,
on
thank
the
you.
wedding. Like, how did it all go?
It was amazing. It was honestly the greatest weekend of our lives. Obviously having all your favorite people in one place for 3 days is, it was awesome. It was magical. The weather was great. Food was great. Vibes were really high. So it was a great time.
I guess it was a great wedding. Before the interview started, we asked you, because normally the bride and the groom are so stressed out, they want to make sure everybody else is having a great time. So you always ask, who was the star guest? And you said yourself. You're the first groom I've ever heard who said that they were the star guest at their own wedding.
No, I mean, well, you asked me who was the first star.
Okay, yes.
Right?
Okay, yes.
First star.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would put myself up there, but there was a lot of guys that had a great showing. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of guys that went all out and didn't disappoint. They traveled a long way, so
yes.
they came in hot.
I have to say that photo of you that went out there, when I first saw it, first of all, I laughed my head off, and secondly, it kind of reminded me of like Sinatra in the 60s when he was at the peak of his power, leading the Rat Pack in Hollywood. Like, if I was you, I would get that picture blown up and leave it somewhere prominent in my home.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. That's actually a great idea. Obviously, I had a little fun with it, and it was just a great night. And I might have to, blow that picture up and hang it up somewhere.
How do you feel? Like, just another short off season?
Yeah. I don't mind it. Usually a good sign. I also still think that you get enough time to rest. You get enough time to really work on whatever you feel like you need to work on. So I feel really good. Very excited to get going now.
How did you decompress? Like, I felt like the way last season ended, a different kind of emotions from you guys compared to a year previous.
Yeah, certainly different emotions. I think last year, obviously, it being our first time, and seemingly to me, I think we were a lot closer last year than this year. I think that obviously when you're in the Stanley Cup Finals, you're a great team, and we were a great team. I just think that in the big moments, Florida was just a little bit better than us in a lot of aspects, and I think we were closer last year than we were 2 years ago than last year.
There seems to be a big sense of that, Leon. Like, a year ago, you guys were disappointed. You were crushed. You got to Game 7. And I heard that the prevailing sentiment after last year was more mad. Like, we blew this one.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we blew this one, but
sorry, that came out really badly.
Yeah.
Like, we didn't gain control where we could have.
Yeah. I think you mean 2 years ago.
Yes.
I think that one was just, it felt like we had all the momentum going into Game 7, and we're this far away from going up in the second period. Puck trickles by, puck goes the other way. It's 2-1, right? Like, those are the moments you think about. Blah blah blah. It didn't happen. Who cares? But it just felt like last year or 2 years ago. Sorry, we were just a touch closer to actually getting it done.
Mm-hmm. All right, sitting here right now on the eve of training camp. Could you have envisioned? How do you feel about Connor's situation? Like, I know, because I remember after you had signed that you said, hey, I want to do it with him. Like, are you surprised at all that we're here on the eve of camp and I'm not sure what's going on?
I don't know if surprise is the right word. You know, I know how this process goes, and I've said it for my own process. This is everyone's decision, everyone's process is different, right? He's got a different timeline. I don't really know, to be honest, what is really going on between them, or what they're at or what they're not at. I don't know, but I wouldn't say I'm nervous about it or anything like that. I obviously hope that it gets done. I hope that something, you know, will show up and get done in the next little bit here. And then if it doesn't, then you know, that's his right and his decision as well. So yeah, I think there's a lot of factors that play into it.
I think a lot of us thought when you signed, you never would have signed if you were unsure about Connor. Are we wrong to think that?
I don't know if you're wrong to think that. Again, like maybe they're just not in as much of a rush, right? Like maybe maybe Connor doesn't care about people. There's always this thought about, like, oh, he doesn't want to interrupt anything. Like he doesn't want to drag this into the season. Like, but what's he interrupting? He's not interrupting anything, right? Like this is two sides negotiating whatever that they're negotiating. So, yeah, I'm still obviously very confident and you know, hope something gets done soon.
So you don't feel like this could be a distraction for the rest of the guys in the room?
No, I don't think so at all. If anything, the media is going to make it a distraction, but not within our room. We have one job. We're excited to start up again and create our team and create our dynamic within our team and what type of team we're going to be. So he's obviously going to be a part of that.
So like, we understand how close the two of you are. I wonder, like, just over a year ago when you were going through your negotiation, I mean, how often did he talk to you about that? Yeah, not a lot, to be honest. I haven't really talked with him about it at all. Again, it's his decision. It's his family's decision, whatever they want to do. It was my decision when it was my time, and there's nothing that he could have said or done to change my mind, right? Of course, there's, you know, a conversation about it every once in a while, but it's not like we talk about it every week. Like, I'm not texting him, it's like, hey, where are you at? Like, what's going on? It's not like that, right? I give him his space, I give them their time. They're gonna figure it out, and obviously I'll be very, very happy, yeah, when it does get done.
Connor said last week with Mark Spector, he wants to get back to being like a 50-goal scorer again. Remember, he had his first 50-goal season after you said publicly, Connor, you can score more. So
64.
That's right. And so I always wonder, like, what did you tell him this offseason? I mean, you guys obviously vacationed together, you trained together. Yeah. You're one of his best motivators. So I wonder what you guys told each other after this year.
Yeah, we haven't really talked about it that much. I think that's kind of the thing. It goes without saying, right? Like, he's done it. He gets more opportunities at net than any player in the league, just by his speed, just by what he's able to create. I think it's just a mindset for him to. I hate the word selfish, but it is selfish. It's just. Like, he gets so many 2-on-1s, so many breakaways, more than any player in the league. So if the play is not there to your partner, shoot it, put it in. Like, it's over, right? So yeah, I think he's gonna certainly crash 50 again this year, just by his mind being in that mindset a little bit, and yeah.
Who scores more this year, you or him?
It's a good question. I don't know. I'd be okay with having more assists this year. He can have it if he wants to, yeah. Be okay with that,
yeah. But, like, knowing him as well as you do, I wonder, just when you had said about, like, where his mind is at, what are sort of the things that you see from him, whether it's early on in a year, at training camp, midway through the season, where you're like, oh, he's wired a little different here?
Yeah, I think he's just really determined right now. He's had a great summer of training. I would say probably a lot better than last summer. So he looks really good, which is scary. And yeah, I think he's going to have a really big year. Of course, you know, when he personally has great years, you know, it helps our team. We're a better team if he's better. So he's had a great summer. He looks really good. And there's just something about his eyes that, you know, there's a lot of fire in it right now.
You know, obviously a lot is being counted on by Savoy and by Howard to come in and be players on this team. Just the captain skates. What have you seen? Like, do you look at those two guys and say, we've got something here?
Yeah, I haven't skated a lot with Howard because he came in a little bit later, but Savvy's been here for a while, so I've been skating with him for about 3 weeks, and he looks good. Looks really good. I think he's got everything you need to be a really impactful NHL player. Obviously, he's young still. Sometimes it takes a couple of years to get used to the speed, the travel, and all these things. And but I got really high hopes for him. He looks really good. And then the Iceman.
The Iceman, that's what he's going under?
The Iceman. We'll see. You know, obviously he's played college. He's never played pro, so there might be a bit of an adjustment time. You never know. But you know, we're certainly confident in him to do something and help us out.
All right, last one for me. When we were told we had you this morning, someone said, not a surprise, Leon's always the first one here. Is that true? And B, who's the second one here?
Yeah, I would say that I'm probably the first guy at the rink most mornings. Certainly for games, I'm always first by a good 20 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. I get to the rink really early.
Do you can't
function on getting rushed. Hate it.
Really?
Yeah. I tap out. I can't do it. I need time. I need everything to be settled, and always kind of been that way. Have it from my dad. He was the same way.
Really?
Yeah.
So who's second?
Picks comes really early. Calvin Pickard, and then Podsy. Okay. Goldson. Yeah, he's comes early. Yeah. Okay. So I would say the three of us are first three to be at the rink.
So what do you take the most time with? Is it getting your body ready? Is it preparing your sticks? Or what do you like to...
Yeah, I think all of that together. Getting the body ready, taping sticks, getting your gear ready. I guess you could call it a little bit of hockey OCD when it comes to that. I like I said, just not being rushed, having my time, having my routine, and doing it, every morning is the same way. So big fan of that, yeah.
The greats are like that. Yeah. The greats are like that.
Thanks very much, Leon.
Thank you, guys.
Have a great season.
Thanks.